And one,
two,
three. Hey, we're back.
Yeah,
Special edition.
Yes, special edition. Yeah.
We're actually here at the Studio Underground on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
This is Labor Day weekend, Josh. Welcome back.
And we're at Labor Day weekend, and here we are working.
Yeah, and we're working, right?
This is the work that I love,
This is the fun stuff.
This is good work.
I mean, I've already learned a ton in just the 2 hours you've been here. And thank you very much, by the way.
Thank you.
I can tell that as soon as you and I started talking, I don't know what it was. You said something about film school?
Yeah. So I went to Full Sail University for entertainment business. So I've always been fascinated by entertainment, all of it, everything. But I've never really been a front of the camera kind of guy. I mean, this is a face only a mother and my wife can love.
In radio.
Yeah. I got a great radio face, right? So, plus not to mention anxiety through the roof with a lot of stuff. So I've always been kind of one of those people where I want to do the creative side or the business side of things. And I really like the marketing thing. So
you were very good at it.
Thanks, Full Sail.
And people can tell if they look at the older stuff I've done. And then, of course, you jumped right in with Digital Dockside Digital Studios, and your gaming's great. Your backgrounds. Josh created this awesome background you see now on this podcast, the comic one. He's created all of them, and they're fantastic. You're great at this.
Oh, thanks.
And I've learned a ton from you. And when we started talking that one morning, I was like, "Oh, you like that stuff?" And then you showed me, I think it was Bulldog Family.
Your so
YouTube.
during COVID, we decided we need to do something because it was kind of a double-edged sword in a way. We need to do something to keep our sanity.
Yeah.
And then two, I was going to school at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
For everything, so
that's when you were going to school.
Yeah. I went to school kind of late. Life happened, and so.
Always try to,
Well, I had an opportunity to kind of pursue something I wanted to do, and so I kind of took it. And what better way to kind of take some of the stuff that I was doing in school and learn and grow than to make a YouTube channel with my kids, and we had some fun. And
those are good. Those are cute videos.
Yeah, we had it's weird seeing them now because it's been 4 years and the kids have grown so much. But yeah, we did some gaming videos. We did some like Jelly Bean Challenge and different things.
The challenge was fun.
Yeah, that was. Some of those were gross.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But we did some of that stuff and we had fun, and then things kind of picked up again as far as work and everything goes. So it kind of went away, and
I'd say you're back at it about 100%.
Yeah. No, I got to thank you for that because I mean, we kind of talked about doing the first episode of a podcast, and then the next thing I know, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start creating and doing different stuff, and we just kept going and doing more and more each week. So
yeah, we're on number 12, I believe. One of them is lost, folks. So there's technically 11 out there, but there is a 12th podcast.
The lost tapes.
Yeah, we'll have to dig that one up sometime. it was a good conversation. I remember that.
It really was.
So,
yeah.
Well, here we are, and thanks for everything.
No, thank you. I can't thank you enough.
This is 12 weeks that you have made it. There's only been maybe a weekend or two at the most,
like
that
holidays,
we did.
or
Yeah, July 4th, I think, was one where we missed, right? So here you are. You're here yesterday, and you're here again today. And before you got here, I know one of the things we're going to talk about today. I was playing Fortnite because I play.
How'd you do?
Well, the first game I started. Now I didn't stream live, but I did record it in OBS. So I'll put it up on Facebook and YouTube here this week. So I won the first one.
Nice.
So there were no eliminations.
Yeah.
I had to make a great escape because some guy was stalking me with the Doom gauntlets.
Oh yeah, you got to watch out for those things. Yeah,
stalking me.
They'll get you.
I mean, I thought, okay, I'm away from this guy. Nope, here come the blasters, boom, boom. Nope, he's still on me. So I get away from him, and then I ended up getting I was in the top 3, and I beat the last 2 guys.
Yeah.
And I won. So yeah, that was cool. So I got that recorded. Oh, and I'm loving the new season.
It's so much fun.
Marvel.
Yeah.
You can't beat Marvel.
No, you can't.
And the crazy thing is now when you see Doctor Doom, it's like, okay, that's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
I'm curious. Maybe it has something to do with like timelines and stuff, because I know they've been really going into that and diving into that stuff. So maybe there's a timeline where Tony Stark.
Oh, I hope
becomes which it kind of works because he had it was the Iron Legion, right? In Age of Ultron, he wanted a suit of armor across the world. Maybe those are the future Doombots in this timeline or something.
I hope. The world needs Tony Stark.
And I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is amazing.
One of the best. Right?
So,
to see him as a villain, though, is going to be fun.
That will be really fun.
Cool. Dr. Doom's it's all over Fortnite.
Oh, I love Dr. Doom.
Doom Castle, Doom Court.
He's always
Your thumbnail with Doom Court is totally awesome, by the way, folks. When you check out, have you posted that one
yet? Not yet. So that'll be going with a live stream that I'm hoping Caden and I can do.
Yeah, very cool.
And maybe I can get Connor in on that one.
Yeah. Well, that's a perfect thumbnail.
Oh, I can't wait. I love that one.
Check that out on YouTube, folks. Yeah. Dockside Digital Studios when Josh releases his Fortnite.
Yeah.
Live.
I like making goofy thumbnails. I mean, it's, if nothing else, it gets somebody to go by and go, "Well, that's silly."
Yeah. The gameplay, the one you did with Caden a week or 2 ago, boy, that was fantastic. And you won the first one. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. We got the first one. We got dominated on the second one, and then the third one we did get another win. But yeah, it's I don't know. We have a blast playing together, and
yeah, I can tell. You guys play and you communicate. He communicates really good. You can hear his voice. You can't see him on screen like you can Josh, but you hear this little. What is he? 8?
He's 8.
Yeah, you hear this little boy's voice come through, and it's cute, man.
Yeah,
it's cute.
And then you see him on a football field, and it's like, oh, he's mean.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Now you stream College Game Day.
I record those. I'll post those up and stuff.
Those are great thumbnails too. By
I have fun with those. Again, throw the face on there. Yeah. Marketing, I guess.
Yeah. Let's give a shout out to Brandon Keel again, because I know you guys, when we're at lunch, you guys talk about that game.
Oh yeah. I know we have fun talking about that.
I know he gets excited with that game too. So
yeah, it's a fun one. It's a fun one, man.
Pretty cool, man. I watch you play it, and I'm like, geez, there's a lot going on in this sucker. I couldn't handle it.
I'm not great at it. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, most of my gaming, I pretty much preface with, this is just an okay gaming channel. Like you're not gonna see.
Ninja.
Excuse me. Yeah, you're not gonna see like
that.
I'm not going to be driving off a cliff with a motorcycle, do a backflip, and then, snipe somebody. You're basically going to see somebody just trying to have fun and blow off some steam after a long day at work. So
yeah.
And then the football, it's just trying to have fun, and
that's good stuff. I'm trying to figure out that air conditioner, Josh. Should be. All my stuff's down here in the studio. All my air conditioning and utilities. I thought I turned it off though. Maybe it disconnected, huh?
Yeah,
probably did.
Technology sometimes.
Right. Well, if you can hear that, folks, I apologize. I might be able to. iMovie, when I edit, has a background noise reduction, so we can probably hit that. So, yeah, I'm digging the background there, Josh. Looks good, all comic bookish.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Man, good stuff. So, so the streaming gaming, I suppose you have to build your audience when you go live, don't you?
Yeah, you do. I mean, the fun thing I've noticed is the fact that you can go live, have fun with it, and then you can record it and edit it later.
And do that.
Yeah.
And people, I've noticed when I do live Facebook.
Excuse me.
When I do live Facebook, I've got the cough button over here. When I go live on Facebook, it'll replay, right? Mm-hmm. So that's when I get all my plays and views is after, because usually when I go live on Facebook, it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. No. So I know not a lot of people are watching it, but it's just a way if someone is on there, they can holler at me.
Yeah.
And or, of course, they can view it later.
Yeah, I know Caden and I mean, we'll get up in the morning and, we'll hop on Facebook or something and we'll scroll through and we're like, hey, let's watch.
Yeah.
Let's give a look. See
I appreciate it.
There's,
I see who the insight shows you who's watching. So I appreciate everybody that watches. Yeah, Scotty Rocker playing games there. I appreciate it.
You definitely give him some ideas on where to land and what to do, different stuff. Yeah. He's like, let's go here because Scott said, we should land here sometime.
Very cool. Well, when I play with Dave, who I think you met at lunch the other day, with my brother-in-law, we're all about routine. Mm-hmm. So if we're just going for the victory royale and not necessarily quest, we have routine landing spots
where you hit,
and it just works like a charm.
Yeah, that's
you get to know that map.
It's weird, right? It's a big map, and you start to figure it out.
I could play GoldenEye right now, and I mean I can see it in my head. I could if I was there,
everything you're going to take.
If I was like pulling a Tron and ended up in the game, I would know where to go, what time. That's GoldenEye. Yeah. I knew that one. See, Fortnite's the same way, only they changed the map up on you.
Yeah. Was it Call of Duty? Older Call of Duty. I like when they bring back the older maps.
Oh yeah.
Because you're like, oh man, I used to always hang out here and there. But the thing is, the
transit
people that are playing now are completely different.
Yeah.
They do different. Everything's different. So the same tactics that worked
don't work
10 years ago. They don't always work.
I could navigate transit zombies too.
Yeah,
I did. I love transit, dude.
Did you ever play the zombies where you're in the Pentagon?
Nope.
Oh man,
I just did.
That was so
zombies
fun.
To Nuketown.
Yeah,
a town
classic,
farm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Nuketown was awesome.
And every iteration they've done has been
really
fun,
really cool. Yeah,
yeah.
That's no joke.
If you get a chance, check out any of like the videos and stuff, or any kind of, if you can get a hold of that gameplay. You play as, I want to say, different world leaders at that time.
Oh, cool.
So you're in the 60s. So I think like Nixon, Johnson. Oh man, there's 2 others. I can't remember.
I'd play as Kennedy.
Oh, it's so much fun, man. You're running around the Pentagon and you've got zombies coming at you and stuff and everything. And you're cool. Like in a war room and you got to hit all these Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but you'll hear them and there's like voiceover work of the different different characters. So you'll hear Nixon talking. And you're like, oh,
I'm not a crook.
Yeah. It's a pretty fun one.
Or Johnson, Lyndon Johnson had a car that could transform into a boat. So his friends would come over, or some, whoever, diplomat or whatever, and he'd be driving them around his property, and next thing you know, he'd be gunning it towards the water, and they'd freak out, just flip out, and as soon as he hits the water, it turns into a boat, and he loved to see the reactions and stuff. That'd been fun to watch on video, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
old Lyndon Baines.
Put a GoPro on that.
I think my dad got to shake hands with.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was Lyndon Johnson. The Palm Sunday tornadoes in Elkhart.
Oh yes.
So I think Lyndon Johnson came.
Yeah.
And spoke.
Wow.
And my dad went up. He didn't. I think he shook his hand. And my uncle, my dad's oldest brother, took a picture of it. And I don't know where that photo's at. I've never seen it, but my uncle was telling me about it.
That'd be that's
kind of cool.
I mean, anytime you can meet a former president.
Yeah. Well, at that time, he was the president.
Yeah. Right? Oh shoot, that's even. Yeah.
That's kind of cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That was an Elkhart.
Like, I would be a nervous wreck.
Yeah,
I would be so terrified.
I saw George H.W. Bush.
Did you?
Yeah. I was out in D.C. one summer before, in between my 7th and 8th grade year.
Yeah.
1988 and 89. And we were on Pennsylvania Avenue there, and he was coming out of the White House in the limo, so they had the police
escort and everything.
And he come out, and you could see him. The windows were tinted, but not that dark like they are now.
Yeah.
And I could see he had a deck of cards in his hands, and I was waving to him, and he waved and smiled, and I thought that was pretty cool. My
That
uncle
is
goes,
pretty neat.
the president just smiled, waved at you.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that was really cool. So
That would be.
My uncle's like, you don't see that every day,
No, I mean, yeah,
Pretty neat.
yeah. I mean, I think we just had, was it Mike Braun?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Well, might have been some of his staff that came through.
Yeah. Oh,
at work,
and yeah.
That's like, yeah. I mean, it's
That'd
crazy.
Cool. Well, Governor Holcomb was there not too long ago. I'm like, man, I would have liked to have just gone up and said, hi, Governor, I mean, he's usually our Indiana governors, whether they're Republican or Democrat, do a fine job. I mean, Mike Pence, for all purposes, was a fine governor. Holcomb's been a fine governor.
Yeah.
Joe Kernan was a fine, he was a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked before. It's okay to disagree with things, and
I don't. If you're, I don't know. I'm more independent than anything.
Yeah.
And I voted for Donald Rainwater when he ran for governor. He came to Warsaw
last election cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice guy, cool dude, and I fell in line. I thought that his outlook on things was more in line with me.
Yeah.
He's what do you call that? A libertarian,
Yeah.
I'm a little more independent than all that, but I voted for Rainwater.
Yeah.
He got like well over 300,000 votes.
A lot more than I think a lot of people expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's running again, but I'll probably vote for him.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, let's get back. Well, with Fortnite and gaming and Marvel. The Marvel, what kind of weapons are you digging?
Oh, man, I'll tell you. This season's
They're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're not too overpowered, except for, I mean, just some people use them better than others. But I got to tell you, if I can get a hold of that hover pack,
I love it.
The War Machine Arsenal, and
love it.
And then if you can get that sentry turret,
hate it. I can't stand the turret. I'd rather have Cap's shield.
Yeah. So
boy, that shield rocks.
You can get. I know, but they nerfed the crap out of it. And it doesn't take as much damage as it did. Which is great if you're going against it. But if you got it, you got to be a little more mindful. But yeah, if you can get that shield, if you can get all of them, you got that shield with the sentry turret and everything. I mean, you just sit there and block it. Why? Yeah,
I have not done well with that turret.
Do you try to aim with it, or you just let it go?
Well, I'd rather aim with it. How do you do that?
It's just an auto turret. So you just put it in your inventory and just let it go
and let it fly.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. But it's too slow.
You got to get close. That's
pretty close.
Yeah. You got to be. Oh man, like what, 25 meters or closer, 20 meters.
Yeah.
You gotta, if you're in hover distance and you can kind of shoot them with an SMG distance, let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. If you can get within SMG distance,
I'll try that.
Yeah.
I do use it once in a while, but man, I'll tell you, nothing beats War Machine's Arsenal and that hover.
No, not at all.
Abilities.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm glad they haven't nerfed that.
I know. I'm gonna be.
I like it more than I do Jango's and Boba Fett's
the
rocket.
The rocket. Yeah.
Because that's a good jetpack too. But this hover pack's awesome.
Oh, it's great. The boost feature and everything on it really helps if you get in trouble.
Boy, it'll get you out. And the ascension, you can ascend. How cool is that? You can control how high you go. You know.
And the best part I like is you can control it without having to have it selected, and that's great.
That's sweet. And then on top of that, no fall damage. Perfect.
Yeah, that's
all I ask.
So good.
No, don't give me no fall damage.
Yeah. Because there's been times where I've been on top of a mountain, I've kind of hovered off, and it just
down you go, or you build way up, and then they blow it up, and you just hit the hover pack. Boom, there you go. Yeah, I'm digging that hover pack for sure.
Yeah.
And the War Machine's arsenal is just awesome. I love rockets.
I do too.
I love rockets.
I think my least favorite, though. I mean, I'll let you. Which one is your least favorite? We'll see if we're on the same page.
Oh, the Monarch.
Yeah,
the Monarch.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Although,
it's
the game
effective.
The game I won, I had a gold
you had
AR, and I had a gold Monarch. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'll go with the gold.
Yeah.
But it sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, it's worthless.
I've seen some people use it, and they're very effective with it, but I am not.
I'll use it at the beginning of the game.
If I
get the bots out of the way.
Something.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there was a quest with it. You had to with the monarch.
You had to do
a couple
hit
eliminations.
people or something. I don't know. But yeah, no. As soon as I was like, oh, get that thing out of here.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Nope. So the monarch sucks. That's the Clob. That's the Clob of Fortnite.
Yeah.
Remember the Clob in GoldenEye?
Yeah.
That gun, you might as well have a pellet gun to done more damage.
The fire rate's so slow. You're just like, pow,
pow. Yeah, pew.
Like, oh,
pew.
Oh, what are we doing?
Pew.
It's like the hammer pump, you know.
I'm sitting there going, oh, the hammer. Now I got it down now.
Do you got to figure it out?
It took me a while. It's all about that timing.
Yeah.
I prefer the Gateway and or the Sovereign.
Oh, I love the Sovereign.
Sovereign's
that
bad,
was cool.
Man, it's bad.
Yeah.
Bad apples, man.
Yeah.
I dig that. But now if I'll take a hammer, and I do pretty good with them now. But I want it to be blue, purple, or gold.
Yeah.
I can't do a green.
Now, it's kind of the same thing. If I first land and it's there, I'll grab it.
Yeah.
And I'll use that until I find something better.
Yeah.
Because it's better than nothing.
I'd rather pick up a stone, you know.
Yeah. But
I hated it last season for sure. Now the combat shotgun's one of my favorites.
That thing was great.
I just love it because you can shoot it so fast.
Yeah.
And it holds what, like 12, 16 rounds or something like that.
Yeah, it's got a real small spread. And,
yeah, I dig the combat. Always have. Yeah. And I'm waiting for them to bring a sniper, some kind of sniper back.
I'm terrified though, because I know I'm going to be up on that
hover pack,
and I'm just going to be sitting there doing my thing, and I'm going to get dropped. And
maybe that's why they don't have them in right now, letting people enjoy the hover packs. And I see everybody's using them.
Oh yeah,
there's people flying around all over.
The top 3 to 5, if you don't make it to top 3 or 5 unless you have the Captain America shield, the hover pack, or the Arsenal.
War Machine's Arsenal. That's no joke there. You need those things in this chapter.
Yeah. But I've used last chapter's vehicles as well. I'm not going to give away my secrets. I'll tell you later.
Yeah. And I noticed you got my or I sent you a friend request. So we'll start playing together. That'll be great.
Yeah.
That'll be
fun.
Do some videos there of us playing. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Mac and Rocker Gaming.
Yeah.
It's a brand, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Mac and Rocker. Here we are.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, this is fun, man.
I don't know, having a blast. It's been
and I'm pretty sure I got this. People probably noticed in previous podcasts there's been some audio issues, but I think I got it dialed in. So we'll find out when I edit here. So
hey, it happens. I lost my last stream. I lost all game audio, and
man,
they got stuck just listening to me.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. You got, you say you want to be behind the mic, behind the camera, which, by the way, I've noticed that you've gotten much more comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
With the camera. We use the Q8 in, it's the Zoom, something like that. What's it called? The QN8. And
these are great, by the way.
And they're made for live entertainment, right?
Yeah.
I told you, because they have this wide camera angle that'll capture a huge stage.
Yeah.
And then they have all the mic inputs, the
That's
XLRs
cool.
and stuff like that. Boy, you can do a lot with these things when it comes to audio video. And they look pretty. I've been using them for the rundown now for 3 years, if you can believe that. So now we're doing this awesome podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it's awesome to us anyway, but
I think it's awesome to a lot of people.
Yeah, I know we do have some people that listen.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep putting them out there. The conspiracy ones are going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Those are always fun conversations.
Yeah. We got to do, is part 1 out? Yeah, part one's out. Okay, so we got to do.
We did.
And then the next week we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
So part 2's coming out this Tuesday. Yeah. Okay, cool. On September 3rd. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, fun stuff.
Then we'll have a part 3 eventually.
Oh, yeah. We'll be talking about all kinds of fun stuff. And remember, folks, if you want to hear something, leave us a comment.
Yeah.
You can always leave us a comment, and Josh and I'll look it up and talk about it.
Yeah.
I know I've talked to you about the Cape Cast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would really like you to be involved in that.
Heck yeah.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
Because this is going to be fun.
Yeah. I like the idea. I like the concept.
And the first one, I'm thinking Halloween's when I want to stream the first one.
It'd be perfect. It'd be perfect timing.
I want to cover Betty and Barney Hill, the abduction of Betty and Barney Hill, which I know a lot about. Because man, I've just done a ton of research on it. It's amazing to me. It's like, did it happen or not?
Yep.
her, I could believe. In her older years, she got kind of eccentric. And she actually got booed off a couple of stages at the, I don't know if it was MUFON conferences, but it was UFO type, conferences, like, Contact in the Desert, stuff like that. And she was booed off a couple of stages, but she was older. Betty was older when that happened. But Barney, who passed away, I think in his late 40s, I want to say, seemed like a really cool guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was cool, big part of the civil rights movement. He was an outspoken character in his community for that.
Yeah.
I believe he went to the White House for
Rory Pascal, PR, HQPV, LG6, 7705, KQQX, KM78, DJ.
Anyway, he was seemed like a real cool guy, and him I definitely would believe. And when you hear their story when they're under hypnosis, as it gets wild, it's like, oh my God, man, wow, are they making it up?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Benjamin Simon, Dr. Simon, who's the one who administered the hypnosis, he was a psychiatrist, and he'd worked with a lot of people from World War II.
Yeah.
Post-traumatic stress syndrome, syndrome. He hypnotized lots of those guys to help them cope and things like that. So he was an expert in that field, which is kind of a new field, that hypnosis.
Oh yeah.
But if there's anybody in the country that did it right and wasn't shenanigans and tomfoolery, I'd say it was Dr. Benjamin Simon was the right guy for the job. So when you hear these tapes, you can hear them on YouTube. It's pretty wild. You listen to them if you get a chance. And Barney's is compelling because, man, he just freaks out. These things weren't human,
Yeah.
And they were talking to him telepathically, He even had a pistol with him.
Really?
He had a gun in the car, and when he was looking at the ship, when it got real close, he was looking at it because he didn't believe. He thought it was either a plane or something like that. He even thought it was a satellite at one point in time. But he was looking at it through the binoculars, and they started communicating with him. And he couldn't move. He finally got free. And he says when you listen to the hypnosis tapes, he's like, I gotta get my gun. I gotta get my gun. He's irate.
Yeah.
And he had a 32 caliber revolver is what he had. It's just a 32, little gun. Probably, a club would probably do more damage than this. But hey, if you got a gun, you're gonna want to whatever you got, right? So interesting. Interesting that he had that gun with him. I thought if he could have taken it on the craft, but they just whatever these things are, whatever technology they possess, they can subdue the human brain. Right.
That's scary.
If these things are happening and these are, let's say it's true.
Yeah.
Let's say these things do happen. They can subdue us to where we don't feel the pain. Now they could recall it during hypnosis, but they didn't remember anything. They can erase the memory. It's a fascinating story. What they said, and there's some kind of bizarre things that make you go, I don't know about that. But for the most part, I'm gonna say it probably happened. Now, was it aliens from another planet? Keith and I, my brother, we talked about this in our podcast. I say no. I say it was a faction of neo-Nazis that broke away from Germany during World War II. And made it down to the Antarctic.
Oh.
And where they discovered bases down there, and they had this. They were technologically advanced. They either came across the crafts that were there or constructed their own. And there's reasons why I say that. And we'll talk about that when we do the Cape.
Yeah.
The reason is Barney.
I like the tease. I like it. It's good.
When Barney was looking through the binoculars, he said they were wearing uniforms. It looked like they had Nazi uniforms. That's what Barney said. So, including hats, you know, and the Nazis, you got to give them some credit here, which I don't like to do, but they had pretty sharp uniforms.
Oh yeah,
the officers. Good grief, they made it look good.
Well, I mean, Lucas based the Empire
off of
off their uniforms. And
look how cool those look. How sleek, you know, the Death Star.
Yeah. The grays.
You know, the grays. Yeah. I always thought that was really cool. So anyway, that's going to be the Cape Cast, our first one.
Yeah.
The abduction of Betty and Barney Hill, which, by the way, was the first recorded abduction in the lore, in the you know, the history here.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1961 is when that happened. Yeah. So how many years ago was that? Where's my phone?
63.
63 years. Thanks. I went to Wawasee. My math's not good. Oh, I'm just kidding. I love Wawasee. 2021 minus 19. I'll take your word for it, Josh. But, you know,
you might want to double check me.
No,
63?
All
right.
63 years
nailed
ago.
it.
Both of them have passed away since, you know. Betty, I think, in the mid-2000s. And she was funny. You'll have to watch some YouTube stories on her. She was pretty funny. In her older age, she had a little doll, little alien gray doll that she carried with her and named it and stuff. Yeah, she seemed like a real sweetheart, though.
Yeah.
They made a movie about it too. I think it's called the I can't remember. It starred James Earl Jones. He played Barney.
Wait.
It's not the UFO incident. It might be the UFO incident, or was that the book? A great book about it too.
Not sure.
I'm reading the book right now, and I can't remember what that was called. But that came out in I want to say the early 70s. And I can't remember who played Betty, but she did a great job. Oh, Barney had that East Coast accent, you know. Barney, you know. So whoever that was did a good job. So, and James Earl Jones and
incredible
Bernard Shaw. Is that right? He played Dr. Simon. Did just dude, and that guy is a good actor. Okay, that's the guy that played Grandpa in The Lost Boys. You know, he was also in Tron as the older computer program. He played Dr. Simon in that movie, and it's perfect. The voice, when you hear Dr. Simon talk on the hypnosis tapes, and then you hear Bernard Shaw talk, it's like, oh my God, it's the same. It's the same guy. It's so good. Yeah. Good stuff in the movie. Yeah. So we're gonna do that.
See, I like that kind of trippy stuff. Like it's just like, whoa, what's going on?
Paranormal.
Yeah, paranormal.
Earth mysteries.
I would love to do one of those paranormal like tours. Oh.
Yeah, we're getting blown up. It's Sunday. I'm gonna have to get out of here and feed the woman, or the old lady. Feed the woman. I might have to edit that.
Might want to cut that one.
Yeah. Feed the woman. I gotta get my wife breakfast. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Sorry, honey.
I think my little guy's, he probably wants some breakfast too.
Yeah.
That or cruise around the lake.
Yeah, there you go. In the golf cart?
Yeah.
All right. It's time for sure.
That's his favorite thing to do.
The Cape Cast, Josh. Not only everybody can cover paranormal and mysteries and cool stuff like that, but do we have any answers? Because people have been covering this since, at least in search of.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing.
What's changed? What have we found out?
A lot of theories, a lot more theories.
A lot of government admittance of UFOs.
Yeah.
That's happened. A bit of disclosure, right?
Yeah.
And then, our ghost reel, you got 20 ghost programs out there, and half of it's Hollywood bullcrap and editing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd buy any of it.
And I think some of it, your own our human, mentality. Like we how much of it is something that, like, I guess it's hard to capture some of it on camera and stuff too.
Yeah.
Because, humans are biased.
It's all about timing.
And if you're in the dark, you start, it's just how our brains are made.
Psyche.
Yeah. When you start making stuff up.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
how many times have you done that?
Oh man.
A lot.
I'll tell you, there's few things that really scare me, but one of the things, like, and I'm not afraid of the dark, but if you were to blindfold me, put me into something, just walk me into a room, and then it's pitch black, I don't know what's in there. Like it's the unknown.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like open water.
Yeah.
I'm swimming at the top. I can't see below me. That's people that scuba dive.
Find my Twilight Zone here, Jeff.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Taking us back.
Crickets. Cape Cast with Mac and Rocker.
But to me, it's the fear of the unknown. Like that's the thing. Because if I'm in a room, that's terrifying. Like you don't know what's in there.
All right. But is the unknown real? As this stuff that we're going to cover on Cape Cast, is it real?
Yeah.
Because we can deceive. People can be easily deceived. Magicians do it all the time. AI is a new form of deception. Of course, the evangelical preachers on TV are fooling people a lot.
Yeah,
we know that. I mean, I'm not knocking the preachers or anything, but those guys, you know, like Tilton and those guys, and they still preach. Tilton still preach. You know, is it real? Is Loch Ness real? Is it a real dinosaur? Is Bigfoot real? Is the Mothman real? Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
And no bullcrap, no Hollywood bullcrap. You know, what do we know? Do we have video evidence or not?
Yeah. I mean, it's Yetis, you know, like
Yeti. We need to do a commercial with an abominable snowman, a Yeti. And he's got like the wrong thermos. He's got like a thermos, and then the other one goes up and smacks him. You got the wrong one. Here, give him a Yeti.
Give him a Yeti. Yeah.
Now, wouldn't that be funny?
That would be awesome. I mean, the Jack Links commercials with the Sasquatch, love that. That's fun.
Great.
But yeah, no, I'm
that Bigfoot beats the hell out of those people too, doesn't he?
He's just hilarious. Tossing them around,
just thrashing.
But no, I mean it's a great kind of one of those things. Like when we talk, you know, about conspiracy theories, like stuff that gets you thinking.
Yeah.
And I always get fascinated when you see multiple cultures that have similar beings and different things, stories, and legends, and
the legends.
Yeah, you know, and maybe at one time all this stuff was real. Yeah, and, you know, over time,
it's just
species go extinct all the time. Unfortunately,
civilizations change, right? Yeah, you know, maybe our brain evolves past it.
To me, it's fascinating that we have pyramids across the entire globe. It's not just Egypt. You dive into it, and you've got
Mayan culture,
Southeast Asia, I believe.
Yeah, Bosnia has a pyramid. They say.
You've got.
There might be one here in the United States. I heard.
Well, they've done scans of Antarctica, and they said they've found pyramid shaped.
Yeah.
You know, shapes, I guess.
Boy, that'd be wild right there.
Yeah. And so
I think there's a lot more going on in Antarctica than.
Yeah. I mean, at one point in time, it wasn't there. It was, you know, closer.
At one point in time, it was lush.
Yeah.
And forested.
Yeah.
You can see that on like the Perry Reese maps of ancient times and old times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, we're going to have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
People need to eat.
Yeah.
I hear my dogs up above us. So, hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to check out Dockside Digital Studios and Scotty Rocker.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, you bet.
It's a good time.
Yep. We'll see y'all.
Yeah. Later.